Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to interact with others when you are living in the end. So this is a question I get a lot in my comments. I also get it from my clients. And essentially, it's centered around, do I talk about my end result with people? Do I lie and say I'm in the relationship? Like, how do I deal with this? If I'm living in the end, how do I interact with others? I'll dive into all the details around that in this video. Before I jump in, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I would love to have you. And also know that I offer one-on-one sessions. There's a link for those sessions below, and there's links to all my self-study manifesting courses below. There's a lot of courses down there, so check them out. Okay, let's jump in. So how do I interact with others when I'm living in the end? Or how do you interact with others when you're living in the end? There's a couple options here, and it just kind of depends on who you're interacting with and what you feel comfortable telling them. So the first and kind of most general or most kind of consistent way that I interact with others when I'm living in the end is I don't typically tell them about my manifestation, like what I'm manifesting. So using the example, let's say you are manifesting a specific person or you're manifesting a relationship. If you're out in the world and someone asks you if you are in a relationship, let's say this is someone that you don't really know, it's totally okay to say no. You don't have to lie and tell them that you're in a relationship if that hasn't manifested yet. And the reason you should, in that circumstance, probably be truthful is because it's likely that lying about it is going to bring up conflicting feelings in you. It's going to make you uncomfortable. And so it's best to just end that type of conversation as quickly as you can and move on from there. So it's okay for you to say, no, I'm not in a relationship, as you're manifesting a relationship. That's not going to screw everything up. The best thing to do is just kind of move through that interaction as fast as you can and keep moving on with your life and keep living in the end. Okay, so that's one scenario. Another scenario that I get asked about a lot is interacting with coworkers or people who are acquaintances, but people who you have in your life on a consistent basis that may know about some of your life circumstances. So perhaps they're asking you about a specific person. This could be family members as well. Maybe they're asking you about a specific person or asking you how dating is going if you're manifesting a new relationship. And my advice for interacting with these type of people who you're consistently going to see and might continue to ask you about this circumstance in your life, about your relationship status, my advice there is to say something that's going to get them to stop asking you. So you can say something like, if they're asking you about a specific person, one thing you can say is, I've decided to really focus on my own personal process, and I'm not really talking about that part of my life right now, but when there's an update or when I feel like talking about it again, I'll definitely let you know. You can say something like that, which then just gives you space and hopefully gives that person the picture that you're not interested in talking about it. You can also say, if people are asking you about your dating process and let's say you're manifesting a new person, let's say coworkers are asking you about your online dates, you can just say something like, I'm taking a break from that, or I'm just taking a pause and a break from that right now. And, when something new comes up, I'll be sure to share it with you. So this type of approach is trying to create the scenario where you're essentially giving off the impression that like you don't want to talk about it. And the reason I suggest for people to do this is because it's really best if you have your own clean, clear space to just personally manifest this relationship into your life or whatever you're manifesting. If you have people asking you about it all the time, it's going to throw you off. And your living in the end is going to start to get jumbled. You're going to start wobbling. And essentially you want to be, or you don't have to be fully private about it, but when you are private about it, it's a cleaner, clearer space that you're holding, and you're going to more consistently stay in that end result. So the third scenario is what to do with friends, close friends who are asking you about your dating life or your specific person. My advice for that circumstance is for you to either say, you can either, depending on how they feel about manifesting and whether or not they believe in it, if they do believe in it, you can say, hey, I'm working on manifesting that right now, and in doing so, I just need to not be talking about it. That's an easy thing to say. If they are not familiar with manifesting, you can just say, I'm in my own personal process around it. It's going well. I'm excited about it. I can feel my partners coming in, but it's not something I want to actively talk about now. But I'm going to be happy to talk about it with you when I have more updates. So essentially, as you can see in all these circumstances, what I'm suggesting is having as little interaction with others as possible while you're manifesting your specific person, your new relationship, or whatever you're manifesting, not talking about it so much. And again, the reason is oftentimes it's very similar to social media. Oftentimes talking to someone else about this manifestation, it's more likely to throw you off than to help you get into that end result that it has already happened. Right? We feel uncomfortable telling people that something that hasn't happened has already happened. And so then we get thrown off and we're no longer living in the end. So the best thing you can do, just as a general, this isn't going to apply to every single person in every circumstance, but the general advice I give is, talk about it as little as possible. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie to people. You don't have to tell them you're in a relationship when you're not, but essentially say something like, I'm working on it. I feel that it's close. Thank you for asking, but I'm not actually talking about it right now. And I'll be sure to update you when there's news. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it's helpful for you. Please leave a comment below. Tell me what you tell people when you are in the manifesting process. Do you tell them that you're manifesting? What do you tell them? I'm curious. And please like and share the video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.